So our passion for farming, and this speaks for my brothers and myself, truly was bred into us from our dad and our grandpa. It's in our blood, making things grow. We believe strongly that God has blessed us with the opportunity to steward this land, not just farm, but to steward the land. So we actually have a motto in our family, and this is something Dad raised us with, is Wharton means never give up. And so because Dad raised us always saying never give up, we're constantly on our radios, our farm radios, telling each other, hey, I know you're frustrated, but don't give up. Keep going. Keep figuring out the problem. I'll be there as soon as I can to help, but don't give up. And so for Love Hay, for Wirtz Family Farms, everything, it's truly never give up. In the farming operation, it is my brothers and I, Nathaniel, Mark, Thaddeus, and Caleb, but also our wives are integral parts. I mean, they all will be happy to go sit on a tractor too, as much as we do. And so they all support us. And then obviously our dad, I mean, we couldn't have done any of this without our dad's raising, all of his support. Every Monday, we do make it a point for all of us to have a Monday morning meeting here at the farm. And then our day-to-day can go everywhere from starting at 3 a.m. for making hay, we got to catch the dew, or it could start at 8 o'clock in the not busy season, and then we're going into the night. And so it just kind of depends. I would say our biggest challenge in farming as an operation, I would say it's been financial. I mean, I think that's pretty common across the board. Financial stress is hard, not just in agriculture, but across the United States, across the world right now. But I'd say that it's not insurmountable. It's pretty special to have 4 brothers working on the same operation, working together every single day. And I give that credit to my dad, honestly. I do. He raised us good. He made sure that we knew to respect each other and work together, even on days when, we may rub each other raw or whatever and just be a little frustrated. But we all love each other, truly. A few years ago, we needed a good annual grass to grow, because around here, perennial grasses just don't grow very well. And so Mark did some research and found teff grass. Teff grass is actually described as an African love grass. And so because it's love grass, we just thought, it's love hay. And so love hay really blossomed from just growing teff grass around here. And that's where it kind of comes from, is love hay is truly love grass from an African love grass. And it just works great around here. It really does. Our lasting legacy is going to be in our kids. I mean, I want our kids to be able to say that not only did we provide well for our families, but I want it to be that we were good, honest farmers that stewarded the land, that didn't go in and take advantage and then just leave it. So I think it's just important to be diligent in our labor. Whether it's a partnership with my brothers or not, whether it's just Wirtz Family Farms, we want to be able to leave that legacy of just being really diligent in labor. We don't want to leave anything undone. If there's anything to be proud of, this is what I'm proud of, is that we're going to take all of these acres that weren't in production, because there's not enough water around here for all of those acres in flood production. But you take 1,400 acres of flood ground, it's actually probably closer to 1,600. And now all of those 1,600 acres are in production that they weren't. Being able to look down at your phone and make sure you've got all 10, 11, 12 pivots running at the same time and irrigating, and you know that you are feeding that plant well and efficiently. I don't think we could do what we do without the pivots. And so they're probably one of my favorite innovations in agriculture in the last 40 years. Our goal is to, a few years down the road, be able to have worked hard enough now while we're still pretty young men to be able to take a lot more initiative in involving our kids and involving our families in the farm. But in the future, our goal is really truly to be able to still have a good production and provide that to our customers, good quality hay, but also be able to draw back enough to feed back into our families one day, where they do understand it's a busy time of our lives. But one day, that's kind of our goal. We want to be able to serve everybody, including our families and our customers. We love serving people. One thing that we do to stay really up to date on new technology, advancement in agriculture, one thing I am is blessed is that I was a past Colorado FFA state officer. Because I was blessed with that position, I've got a lot of ins for different industry professionals from across the nation. I get emails every week from about, hey, watch this coming down the line. We've got it over here on the eastern United States, but it's not over the west yet. Go ahead and try it. And so I will say that that's something I enjoy doing is bringing those things to light. I think it's very important, not only for us as an operation, but for others around us to stay up to date on those things. Because if you're not innovating in agriculture, if you're not innovating in your field, then you're gonna fall behind pretty quick. And that's not something that in today's world you can really do. I guess specifically the biggest thing that's helped us and innovated our farming practices in the last 10 to 15 years. I mean, shoot, I'm only 21 years old, so that's most of my life. But that has innovated our farming operation the last 10 to 15 years probably has been the bundlers. I grew up stacking hay by hand, throwing it onto a flatbed trailer out in a field, and now we've got a barren bundler. There's nothing like it. There's no efficiency factor that beats that. If it changes the whole operation, you can't cover 1,400 acres of small square alfalfa and grass without a bundler, or 2 or 3 sometime. I mean, they made the small square market a whole different ballgame. What makes our operation successful truly is God's blessings on us. I mean, we're very, very faith-based, family-oriented farm. If we didn't work hard together, if we weren't diligent in our labor, working together, we wouldn't be successful. My brothers and I are all in the volunteer fire department for around here, and so we're always running around. It's hard sometimes, but we're willing to take that time to go serve our community and make sure we defend our neighbors' land just as we know they would come defend our land. And so it's very, very important that we all stick together in this area. I mean, we are one little family around here, and it's McClave, but we love it. I always think about my kids one day. I don't have kids yet, not been blessed with them yet, but one day I do think about what I'm going to tell my kids and what they remember about farming and about what we get to do here. And it's more than just farming. I hope that they understand that they're not alone in this, that farming is not just you going out and driving a tractor. Farming is working together with not only maybe their brothers or their family or the community, but working together hand in hand with God's ground. This ground has been gifted to us. It's only ours for a temporary time, and that one day they'll hand it to their kids too. It's important to keep them in mind, not just ourselves. We would use this Manitou. We rack up some hours, let me put it that way. We've got a small Manitou that we run around. It's a 630 size, and this is an 841. It's about twice the size of the Manitou we've got, and we found a couple times that our Manitou's not quite big enough to run around for what our operation's doing now. We are having to hopefully add on some new workers and everything, and so because we're adding on new guys, we're gonna need some more equipment to run. So having another piece of equipment, having a Manitou loader there and ready to serve anybody that needs help at any time, that's what we're all about at Love Hay Company, is helping others at any time that they need it, because we know that they would help us too. It's important to remember that it's not about being better, it's not about being bigger, it's about how we work together, who we're going to be serving with it, and how we're going to be putting equipment to use, how we hold ourselves every single day. I really hesitate to be prideful about it, but I do love how my brothers and I, my family, my dad, whoever you may ask, is always willing to be there for the farm at any moment, or for community, or for anyone in our family. We don't just run a farm, we run an operation. And so I think it's important that people know that we're happy to be there. My brothers and I have worked hard. We'll continue to work hard for years to come. So 2023 it's gonna be our year regardless, but we're really, really excited, and we're blessed to have this opportunity. I am Caleb Wirtz, representing Love Hay Company from McClave, Colorado, and I am a finalist for the Operation of the Year in 2023 in the Southern Plains region.